Rather than being a super ulti reliant like last time, it's going to be very important for them.
Yeah, we all saw what he did on the Tusk in game 1.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to what Lil can be doing on this Kunkka. So this is a pretty interesting one. I think that they probably picked this one up to counteract the Disruptor as well. They can, with the Glimpse coming out, you can X your teammates and save them a lot of times, similar to what we saw with like the Repel in some of the situations. But this one you can save your teammates a lot, and it's also just very good setup a lot of the times.
Yeah, and sort of a bit of a note back to the previous Navi lineup. Of course, Roger Kunkka was something that they would draft a few times for the team. We'll see how Lil can step it up into his role and pull out a performance on the old Admiral.
Yeah, let's see how on point he can be with those torrents to break the refraction charges early on.
So lanes from Fnatic. Is there going to be any sort of specific lanes that we're going to see each side try and dodge?
No, I think it looks like they're actually going to position themselves in initial aggro. So I guess they're just trying to avoid an aggro themselves.
We'll see, as you said, Fnatic do then respond to Navi playing in this way.
I think they're okay with Universe being up top. I think this is exactly what Fnatic did.
Okay. Universe will have to be careful. Between the AA and the Kunkka, they do have good control and catch. We'll see how much Universe is able to disrupt the farm of lights in the mid lane. DJ tries for the roll-in.
He's trying to secure the TA's last hits in the early game here, because there's no real kill threat with a TA and a Earth Spirit that early on. When you have level 2, maybe, but TA is more of one of those traditional just last hitters in the first few late levels until you have traps. Continuing that pressure.
Dendy will turn, he punches into DJ, but as you say, the support doing its job. Keeping the Lina force back. In the space, Dendy pop that salve. And you're going to now see a Nova. Over for DJ, steps back to avoid the light strike.
Oh, DJ just being so annoying here.
Abed, they're actually diving in a little bit. They use the fortification aggressively there to allow Abed to try and keep punching in onto Dendy, but Dendy just give it a light strike, and Dendy just have backup. Lil's there with a rotation. They've got the Torrent now. Abed will have Refraction back up in a second, but he gets stunned. And with that, ever so close. The refraction charges will be removed. Abed only just surviving there. DJ might not be as fortunate though. He's up on the high ground, another torrent connects, and Navi get first blood.
Lil, precision.
That reaction from Lil to come towards mid after he sees how aggressive DJ plays.
Yeah, not even needing the X, just absolute perfect torrents.
Lil will grab the haste spin, flying around mid as well, as Dendy does take the walk back to base.
Yeah, they do get the kill, but the problem is that Dendy's still suffering in last hits. He's 2 and 1 compared to the 8 last hits of the Temporary Test. And also bottom, Envy is full free farming, and their pressure in general is quite a lot too. So Fnatic, all 3 lanes farming very well. Even Universe having to find type top for now.
I'm going to make a bit of a go on to him. He will go straight for the TP out. Cold feet. It kicks it in time. Universe around him will go dry for the collapse slow.
And he'll be okay.
Time for a couple of snaps to move on. Doesn't forget with another cold feet being thrown up. Bottom lane, General getting surrounded. DJ turning up to the lane, and between the 3 of them, Fnatic will claim the life of General. Mid lane, Abed, grab back by the X mark. They're taking the refraction charges down. Can they bring him out with the Dragon Slayer? It's not quite enough. Abed will survive. TP across from Pi. As Abed salves himself back up to full. Another attempt with the line strike in the torrent. Both will miss. Still Abed maintaining that CS advantage in this mid lane despite Lil's best efforts on the Kunkka. General, as you say, still down here, suffering very much so in the farm.
Yeah, getting levels, but yeah, last hits not really happening. Universe getting a little bit more out of that top lane.
But towards mid, another wraparound's coming in. DJ, keeping the aggressive on. He won't be caught up by the slow. Instantly a TP comes through for the Kunkka. They get the light strike to set things up. Lil has the X mark to follow through. It's going to be the boulder smashing attempt to try and stop Lil's combo, but it's not going to work. He'll still get the X mark into the torrent. And the setup is there. Dendy able to finish off DJ as Lil, again, coming in clutch in this mid lane, enabling Navi, enabling Dendy to find these turnaround kills.
Yeah, super quick TP reactions coming in. And Dendy on point with the stuns.
LeBron, a little bit of fast footing around the tree line there, looks towards Universe. LeBron gets the root, gets himself out for now. DJ will try with the chase, goes for the boulder smash, but instantly, as soon as the boulder smash is popped, he goes for the TP out. With nothing else to cancel it, LeBron gets away with a free bounty root.
Very nice individual plays coming out.
No surprise there to see DJ listed up with some of the greats in terms of number of games on the Spirit. An impressive win rate as well.
All right, they're going to be threatening kills now on Dendi here mid.
Straight in on top of them. They've got the roll into the bottom smash. Dendi goes for the light strike. He's going to continue to retreat with the very fire pop to buy some time for himself. Arbed trying for the hits on him, but there's the control. Dendi's got to be careful at the side blades. Arbed dragged back into the light strike. Dendi coming back in. He's on minimal health, but with the help of LeBron and Lil, he can go for a Lil. Connects the torrent. Wow. Again, Navi keeping Dendi alive. And this time, it's not a support kill in return. It is a kill onto Arbed.
Yep. Arbed is choosing to go for the boots so they can actually try to go for those threatened kills now. He's unable to actually close the gap because Lina, when you throw out your spells, having that fiery soul, you get that movement speed advantage. You get yourself that distance.
LeBron coming forward for some XP. So looks towards DJ. DJ will be put with the roller. Can't quite get the grab. Lil actually coming in very deep across from the sidelines. Unlikely to get a look in though. Pi is now hovering around this mid lane. Fnatic shifting more and more attention from their own supports towards this mid now that Navi have shown that they really want to prioritize making sure that Dendi has this good start.
Yeah. I mean, Lil's just been so on point at these points. Actually pretty crazy, his accuracy with them. And he's already placed down some wards with the watch the stacks coming out from the side of Fnatic. And it's actually a block ward. He's even put the other one down to block the other one. So they know the recovery for TA is always through those ancients, so blocking both off will be very nice. But the scan does come out, so they do know at least that Lil went for that top block.
And as soon as they see that scan, instant TP, DJ back towards the mid lane to sit behind Arbed.
Now is where it starts getting much harder though for Lina, like we were mentioning. Once you get level 5 in particular on Temper Assassin, Lina's harassment becomes pretty moot.
As you can see on the side lanes, we have another go on to Universe. Torrent again connecting, setting up for the cold feet proc, and Universe, not quite 6, has no primal split to save him. Crystallize bringing him down low with the Infest Burst damage. Navi now 5-1, getting these successful rotations in their best attempt to sort of get the lead in these side lanes. Of course, up top, Crystallize, he's farming fine, but Universe was finding a bit of CS out of that. Bottom lane, MB, he's also up there at the top. 43 for 22. He's having a great time down here against General's Tiny. His General really struggling to have a look in on this matchup. General leads forward with the Avalanche. MB getting a lot of damage done to this tier 1 tower. Very early on with the Exorcism, the Connect field's down. They have managed to trap General. MB, second Crypt Swarm comes through, and with the ending of the Exorcism, will claim the kill. Gets General, keeps the push on. Fnatic will take a very early tier 1 tower as MB, he's had a wonderful time down there.
Yeah. Full free farm on him as well as the Templar Assassin. Even though we have seen DJ die that one time, or Arbed die that one time, he's still farming perfectly fine. Level 6 now, Dendi, only level 5. Will catching the torrent again. No way to threaten the kill, though.
Top lane. And Navi, they may have been quick to lose that tier 1 bot, but with the pressure that they've been putting on, they'll put the tower down. Universe doesn't indeed get the deny, and now it's a harder target to go on. With him having the 6, the primal split, most of the time is going to be able to be there unless they can get the chain stun from such as the torrent into the cold feet combo. Even so with the evasion and search there, it's very likely that each and every time Universe will be able to fight back. So that kill is certainly getting harder and harder to get. MV down bottom, 1300 gold, he's got ready to pop into the investment for the drums of endurance.
Early stat item versus Tiny and Lina, who does need a lot of HP versus these bursty heroes. Even though General is really suffering in this game. His Kunkka Lil has actually surpassed him in that way.
In this game as well, with the start that Crystallize has got, he is going for that Radiance Rush by the looks of it on the life steal. Has it queued up before any other item in this game. We'll see if he does get the chance to get a good time on it.
Yeah, good versus the TA for the refraction as well as that evasion can be quite nice. And look at the prioritization by Fnatic here. They put down 2 wards very deep and aggressive so that Envy can keep playing aggressively down here so he doesn't get like sandwiched by some ganks and just can consistently pressure General.
General still just level 5 on this offlane Tiny. And he's got to be careful about showing. Both Pi and DJ ready to make a jump on him, potentially as they hover behind that tier 2 tower. Envy's starting to get the pressure through. Pops the exorcism, it's back up, and 9 minutes in. This is Fnatic pressuring that tier 2 tower. I feel like Navi will want to try and do something about this. They're trying to come in, crystallize, will get glimpse, pops the rage to hold himself in place. Needs the backup so he can try and fight on the side. They'll get the 2-man avalanche. General comes in, they're focusing the DP. They have the Laguna, Torrent up as well. They'll kill Envy, bursting him down before the heal kicks in from the exorcism. Navi will put a stop to that push. Ice Blast does hit onto DJ.
He's going to tick out.
He absolutely is. Below the threshold, LeBron hitting the spot.
He's trying to roll into the neutral creep there to deny himself, but unable to. LeBron, perfect shot.
And Navi, I mean, they absolutely needed to do that. There was no way that they could let Envy get a tier 2 tower at 9 minutes in. That would be ridiculous for this Death Prophet to get away with that much sort of free reign on this bottom lane.
Yeah.
As Envy, of course, still does sit at the top of the net worth. Sure, he's been knocked down there once, but the farm still standing very strong for this EEDP. Quite a different story to the EEDP we saw at Game 1.
Pie's just been consistently stacking this bottom ancient stats for the Templar stats, and Abed will be able to accelerate his farm off that one. Crystallize leading the charge in farm for his team still on that lifestealer.
Sandy, the Laguna Blade. Back up again.
Level 6s are out for both supports now on the side of Navi. They're looking to get aggressive.
Ooh, look at the trap. Slower tempo. No. Andy just a little bit too speedy with those phase boots, gets himself away from it. Lil and LeBron trying to come in for the rotation, but Fnatic are here in numbers. Universe and Arbed in the neighborhood. This is a hard fight for Navi to try and take. And as soon as they see Universe show, they'll back themselves away. Bottom lane, Envy and Pie still continue to try and chase down with Crystallize. They go for the glints, but every time that rage is going to be there. Crystallize able to keep his distance and back off. Very hard to kill this lifestealer unless they can get that silence
Lil.
or static storm out. Top lane, primal split pop. Lil trying to get the roam out from the boat. Will actually buy him a decent amount of protection. He needs backup though. On his own, he's still going to get chased down by the split. They're looking for him, but
He's actually able to survive.
Universe knows with that roam damage reduction, you can't sort of understand how tanky the Kunkka becomes.
Definitely a bit of a misplay there from Universe. He could have actually casted like the Cyclone as the boat's coming in, so that he can drop him down right after so he doesn't get, even though he gets stunned, he can continue that chase. But Lil with a nice little getaway. And that was split committed, so 100 seconds without that. They're gonna look to abuse it.
See General and Lil up. If they can find a Torrent or the X mark into it and such, they can try and go for the burst down combo onto Uni. He is pretty beefy on this brew, and indeed, Navi not quite with enough burst to go at that kill between the two of them. Actually towards the bottom of the river, Zay, LeBron, he's walked in a bit of a spotter bomb. Walked into 3, Arbed, DJ, and Pie. Will take down that AA as quickly as he comes over to their half of the map.
He wanted to try to get a ward down to watch that ancient farm, but getting caught out there, giving Abed even more farm. Gonna be going for the first item, Desolator, it does seem. So I think ideally we see the blink dagger usually for it. Oh, okay,
Ice switching.
I was gonna say, I think if he does go for the Desol this game, it's just gonna be in particular just for the Roshan abuse. So they can get Desol, use Exorcism, go in there and get an advantage off of that. But it does change up that item choice. For now.
Crystallize getting closer and closer to the goal for that relic. Sitting on about 2,500 at the moment. Yeah. Certainly looking to commit to it, as we talked about earlier. A lot of strengths of having a Radiance this game against Fnatic's lineup. And so far, so good for him. He's not being punished for trying for this farm. He's second on the net worth, just behind Envy.
Yeah, and Dendy's been keeping up really well, too. He had quite a lot of stacks for himself, too. So level 10 already, and tied net worth with Abed's Templar Assassin.
It really is going to be all about, though, as the game goes on, if they can fight that TA around the refraction charges.
Uh-oh, Lil.
The silence, boulder smash as well from DJ with the slot traps as well. They're going to look to chase. They'll turn around over the boat. And in fact, on the sideline, Crystallize goes onto Envy. The Ice Blast is on Envy as well. Envy will pop. Navi taking Envy out of the fight. We'll see if they can catch down any more. Lil trying to hunt for vision to get a grab. DJ rolling himself away. Lil continuing to chase. Quick ward is down. Fnatic know that Lil is coming across for the chase down, but Universe wants to turn. Arbed as well. With the refraction, looks towards Lil. Takes down the Kunkka with the primal split. They've got the control on the Brot. Fnatic turn around and take down 2 supports in return for losing Envy.
Navi quick responding with all their heroes, and then Fnatic doing the same exact.
Oh, this could be a big kill for Fnatic. They've got Dendi in the static storm. Abed trying with the chase down. General's there on the back side of it all. Throws the tree onto Pi, gets the kill. Light strike from Dendi, holds back the TA, but Universe is there with the wraparound. Looking for Dendi, gives the vision for Abed to find the final hit. And Fnatic continuing to strike back. Getting that kill onto Dendi, knocking back that Lina a bit. And Abed does now have the completed Blink Dagger.
Very fast plays coming out from both sides. And now mid, Envy gets hit by the A-Blast. He's going to combo down by General and Lil.
This is the second time. As soon as he's back up in the game, we saw him die down bottom. As soon as he respawns and comes back in, he's gone again. The Blink Dagger pickup made caught of him off guard from General.
Oh man, I thought Universe actually got the courier as it picked up the Relic, but he got it on the way back. So the Relic was at least delivered to Crystallize. Lil.
Reload in with the smash. He's going to pop the Tara, but that's not going to catch onto either of them. Fnatic catching out Lil. 10-7 at the moment, less than a 1k advantage for Fnatic. Again, this series, each and every game being incredibly close. I mean, not only just out of the laning stages we're seeing at the moment, but even as the games have gone on, we'll see if Game 3 is going to be similar in that sense. And so far, it certainly looks to be.
Big thing in this game for Navi is are they going to be able to contest that Roche once the Desolator and the Exorcism gets committed for it?
Yeah. There's the Blink. Let's see what they can do with this, General. He's going to want to make the play. Goes in with the TP up towards that mid lane. Universe doesn't have Primal Split for 20.
Yeah, General wants him. He's got the Blink Dagger available, but
it's very hard for him to burst him down on his own. He needs a +1. Lane, they do go to the Static Storm straight down onto the Kunkka. Trying to get himself back. The glimpses there though, Lil will tick out. Fnatic again keeping control of Navi's supports. It's Pi and DJ making these movements, and between the two of them, they have this superior amount of control to hold Navi's members in place and find these pickoffs. General is about.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looking for a blink. First opportunity if Fnatic come too close, but DJ and Pi back off to their half of the map. Crystallize.
Very, very close to Radiance. They are very reliant on Lil, though, for the teamfight aspect on the side of Navi. They really need him to get off his Ghost Ship as well as all of his spells in order for him to really take fights. Just, even the panel was mentioning. You look at Fnatic's first 4 picks that they did in this game, and it's Disruptor, Earth Spirit, Death Product, and then the Brew. It's a significant amount of team fight.
Look at that stat as well. Lil sort of carrying over a bit of the VP magic that we've seen in the past when they used to pick different heroes each and every game. The versatility of Lil carried over to Navi. 8 different heroes in the 8 different games we've seen Navi play here at GESC.
That's always been his style, though.
A very hard player to draft against.
Yeah. They've got Brew Split available, Static Storm in 10.
Scan, they know that Dendi's here, they get the jump in straight away, roll forward, TPs are coming through, but Dendi, he's pretty damn squishy. Will send himself up into the air. They have got him, Dendi down, and the space is now there for Fnatic to push in onto the tier 1 tower top. Fortification comes out from Navi. The rest of them, a couple of them trying to push down mid. Fnatic are sweeping across, they'll see if they can catch another Lil with the self-X mark to counteract the glimpse, keeps himself safe.
We get to see it firsthand, like we mentioned earlier.
It's another tower gone. Look at Abed's goal. Very close to having the completed Deso on top of the blink at a very respectful timing.
Yeah. If they can keep getting some nice wards out to protect that Roche, like in particular the one that DJ had just placed, they can definitely go for that once the Deso's finished with Exorcism. Navi position bottom.
Let's see what they can do here. The Stealth-X trying to get some vision in. They go straight away. Well, the Ice Pass is going to be off the mark though. Doesn't connect onto anyone. Crystallize still tries to move in and fight with that Radiance. Now the Raid's going to follow. Abed just jumps in onto LeBron. With the clap there, they'll take down one. They found the AA. Can they catch more out of this? They're looking towards Lil. They've got the trap slow. DJ is going to have the roll back up in a second. Can certainly look to try and close this. He rolls forward, gets the vision for the team. Crystallize is coming across though to look to help Lil. Pops the raid, turn towards Universe. Can they actually find a kill in return? They are going to have the roam coming through onto both of them, and that's going to allow them to stay alive. Lil will live for now. They've taken down DJ with the toss combo onto Abed. They'll force back the Templar Assassin, but Envy, he wants to make sure the Fnatic come out on top of this fight. Moves in with the Exorcism, surrounds General. They'll take the Tiny. Fnatic still able to come out on top. Is now with that Exorcism up, MV can look to try and finish off this tier 1 mid. The wave is pushing in. No General Tiny for 35 seconds.
I can't believe Lil survives there.
The magic of that run.
Yeah. Does lose his Tiny for it, though. Quite costly.
Scary thing as well there for, I mean, some of the, well, specifically LeBron. We saw last fight, Arbed, 3 shots and the AA is dead. That was before the Deso was on him. Now it's there. Arbed with those meld hits. He's going to get close to one-shotting the AA. At least a couple of hits and LeBron's gone, so.
Yeah, I think 2 hits with a melt hit, it would definitely be able to bring out maybe the 3rd one, but yeah, LeBron can be very squishy. Dendi as well, as we always said, like, Lina is not a very tanky hero when it comes to physical damage, only 5 armor.
As we see, he does have the Yule, so can buy some time for himself.
Yeah.
If he's not locked down for the rest of the team to come in, react, try and peel this TA off him.
As long as there's not a brew around, because he can just dispel that Yules as we saw previously.
Bounty.
Crystallize. Going for the full out sort of, well, the Radiance Manta.
Okay, he's trying to be able to avoid those silences.
Yeah.
There is a lot of silence on the side of Fnatic, so.
I mean, a Manta's always great when you got a Radiance.
That as well.
You can farm an absolute treat with that item. And it certainly sort of gives the indication that Navi are going to want to draw it down in the sense that they're going to want Crystallize to have at least an item after that Manta before they really start going for the aggression.
Yeah, I think they can try to take advantage of whenever the Death Prophet Exorcism is down, though. Try to get some neat pickoffs, and Universe might be that pickoff.
Ooh, they've got a burst before he gets the power, but Universe, he gets the blink out! They don't get a touch on him. Universe dodges the entire gang.
They might be able to get a glimpse play now.
They've got to be careful, Navi. Glimpse back. They've got the Static Storm down. Immediately, though, they pull him out of it. This X play isn't going to be enough. Dendi thrown up into the air. DJ rolls forward, but Dendi is still alive for now. Primal Split continues to chase him. Universe prioritizing Dendi, and he'll do it. Universe finishes off the Lina, but Fnatic, they're falling rather low. Crystallize, chasing them down with the Radiance, is ticking Fnatic down very, very quickly. Arbed still got a bit of refraction, comes back in for the hit onto the AA. They've taken 2 Fnatic, they'll take 3. Arbed survives with the presence of EE and that Exorcism. They might just get Lil, they don't.
But they've got
TP out.
Exorcism just popped, and they could look for Roche. Envy looks like he's prioritizing the mid tower, though. His team wants to back up and actually use the Shrine as well as clear out some Ancients.
That was such a close fight there. Fnatic had 3 heroes getting ever so low, but the way that they were sort of able to duck and dive back in and out of that fight, coming out on top, getting that huge kill as well onto Crystallize, who is having a very nice game so far on the live stealer.
Yeah. Great X play again coming out. Also the boat hitting 3 people again from Lil, but the overwhelming amount of team fight that Fnatic does have in their lineup showing there. Dendi dies right at the start of it, so a lot of their burst potential was gone too.
I mean, to be fair, Universe, just turning that whole situation around. If he gets caught out at the start, they kill him, that fight's not going the way of Fnatic.
Absolutely.
Because that blink out and then that commitment with the Primal Split straight on top of Dendi, Dendi just can't do anything in these fights.
Yep. LeBron.
They've found him. There we go. 2 hits confirmed. They're getting the quick pick off. One eyes towards Crystallize.
They will be able to find Pi here, though.
And they do have the control with the live strike. They'll take 1, but look at this. They want to punish the Kunkka. Straight in onto Lil. They have the control with the boulder smash. Lil's gone. Double kill for Arbed. Arbed. You can't let this guy get out of control. We've seen what he's been able to do before. They're just going to buy back for this. They've got the toss. Back into the hands of Crystallize and Dendi. They have to kill this TA, and they will. They cannot let Arbed continue to get out of control, because he will absolutely run circles around you this game on his TA.
Oh, this is a great play here coming out from Navi, going into the roast, but instantly, as soon as they grab the TA, with this medallion, they should be able to bring it down.
And in the past, I know we've seen Fnatic buy back and try and hold these sort of Roche attempts, but I mean, TA doesn't have a buyback. There's no gold available for Arbed. So can Fnatic contest this at all with 30 seconds, no Exorcism? It's going to be very hard for them to do so. They do have 3 heroes moving towards it, but Navi, they're taking it just too quickly. Oh, they'll try with the jump in, but he's not going to be there in time. They get the kill, Navi, and they get the Aegis as well. Primal Split, pop by Universe. They'll send it towards General, Crystallize, Dendi. They have the control onto the Disruptor. They'll burst down Pi. See if they can get more out of this. The silence is going to wear off on Navi. They're looking towards Universe. Can he get out with the blink after the Primal Split comes off? Oh, he can. Instant blink out. The boulder smash from DJ there as well, making sure that Navi can't chase. But overall, Navi getting that timing, getting in onto the pit, the buyback from Lil and Surge coming in making sure that they have the confidence, the power to kill the TA, get towards Roche, and Fnatic can't do anything about it despite their best attempts with that blink from Universe. He was so close to being able to switch it around, but he couldn't quite get it off.
The pre-stun coming out from General too, he just stunned as the Roshan was dying. But that's a huge move. When you're denying a Roshan from a Death Prophet TA lineup,
that's absolutely massive. It's still though Fnatic, they do have that 5k lead because of how well Minarbe continues to farm. He's still at the top of the net worth. That BKB getting closer and closer. And of course, BKB this game, it's going to be absolutely ridiculous for this TA.
Yeah, it's going to be great for any of the heroes, any of the cores that Fnatic can actually get. I think Death Prophet as well, going to be getting that one. Already has it actually on Envy. So going to be able to negate a lot of what Navi does have. Dendi does pack a fair punch with the right clicks, as well as Crystallize, so as long as they can survive in the fights, which can be quite hard versus the initiation that Fnatic has at the moment. DJ also does have Blink now for follow-up initiation with Universe. And yeah, triple BKBs now.
There we go.
So they're going to look for a fight absolutely here on the side of Fnatic versus Navi.
Oh boy. They don't have Primal Split, but they've got everything else. BKB comes out for Universe. He's going to look to focus straight away onto General. Crystallize coming in with a wraparound. Arbet jumps forward. There'll be the toss. Holding back Arbet for now, but now he pops the BKB. They've taken down General. Envy with the Exorcism. Looking to focus both Lil and the AA. They'll get both. 3 down on Navi. Fnatic choosing a perfect time to fight with these BKB reveals, and they're not done quite yet. They're looking towards Crystallize. He does have the Aegis. It will get popped. Can they kill him a second time? It looks like they should be able to, because there's 5 members of Fnatic. No friends here for Crystallize. Fnatic will do it. They cut down the Lifestealer. The Aegis that was taken by Navi, unable to really secure Navi any sort of objectives. Those BKB timings from Fnatic. Universe not even needing the Primal Split at the end of the day there. Just his presence on the front line with the BKB, meaning that Navi could do nothing to get him off their front.
Yeah, and you saw how they just ignored Crystallize at first too. They went for all the other heroes, and then they're like, oh, okay, Lifestealer is isolated. He doesn't have any teammates. We can just clear him up easily with all our heroes.
Exorcism has worn off. Fnatic will push in onto the tier 2 with the mass numbers of Navi out of the game. I'll be back in apart from Crystallize for 20 seconds, but the tower's gone. Fnatic get the objective. Now 26 minutes in, starting to build up quite a lead, Fnatic. 10k advantage at the moment.
Just having such a ridiculous amount of team fight, it's making it really difficult for Navi. Pi also in that last fight was crucial, getting the Static Storm on Crystallize initially, so he couldn't actually get into the fight for his team.
Dendi has that BKB gold available. And he'll go full in. We'll see how this sort of changes the situation. Top lane, they've found out Lil. And he's going to X-Mark back up and try and save himself, but there's too many here for the Admiral to deal with.
Looking ever so hard for Navi. Even though they get that one good Roche, get a couple pickoffs earlier too. With these 3 BKBs on the side of Fnatic.
I mean, we knew it was there was the potential for this to be a very good TA game. And Arbed, he's certainly proven that it is. 10, 2, and 6. Insane farm. He's about 1,000 away from having an MKB on top of it all to help against the Radiant's mischance. I don't know, they've got to somehow get on top of this TA at the start of the fights, but they've got to have some sort of perfect change, and they can do that. They've got the Avalanche, Light Strike, and Torrent.
Yeah. It seems like they have to kill somebody before the fight starts and have a 4v5 on the side of Navi. Because it's really only the Kunkka, as we were mentioning, for their big team fight.
Sentry down on the mid. Dendi has to be careful if he comes back forward. You want to hold back. Shove out the wave. Fnatic have those big team fight ultimates back. Exorcism, Static Storm, and Primal Split ready to go.
Oh, Navi lost another courier in that last fight too. So I think that's the 3rd courier that's actually gone down for him. So decent amount of gold for Fnatic. And they're looking to fight. They've got everything available, all the BKBs as well. They are not afraid versus Navi's lineup. And it's actually also level 18 on all 3 cores of Fnatic.
This is a terrifying fight for Navi to be calling. Fnatic, they're going to do everything to make sure they get this perfect jump. They've got the vision on DA, Crystallize with the silence, immediately goes for the rage, TP out. He'll be safe. LeBron, of course, will not be quite as. Universe will pop the BKB. The Fnatic with that movement, they do get one, but on the plus side for Navi, it is just the AA. The cores able to get themselves away from that smoke rotation.
What have we here?
Overall, Fnatic's been playing very much as a unit to avoid getting picked off from this Shadow Blade Lina as well as the Blink Dagger Tiny. Because those two, they can't find pickoffs, but everyone together. And quick Blink dodge by General there as they're trying to go for him with the Disruptor.
Crystallize, trying for Envy, does force out the BKB. Abed coming in with the meld. Here's Dendy's underneath the sentry. Will turn with the Yules to hold back the TA. Look up through the creeps here, Crystallize. Being focused, he's got Rage back up in a second. There's the Torrent coming through, but Abed holds the BKB, holds his ground. Crystallize trying to turn, but with the BKB up on Abed is scary, especially with Envy's Exorcism out. Navi, back away. With the jump in, General actually coming in with a burst with Dendy's right click as well.
Yes,
Let's do it. They get Envy. Universe gets the chance of the primal split though. DJ with a boulder smash onto 2, finds the AA. Abed, he's going to look to try and jump in and out by Universe. Universe is leading the charge, controlling General, keeping him forced back. On the side, Abed did find and finish off Lil. Fnatic have got this top wave pushed in, so despite losing Envy, they still have the momentum to keep the pressure high against Navi.
That was a really nice play there, though, getting Envy as he overextends a bit.
Top tower is under attack.
But that big kill, that big worry for Navi, they just seem unable to deal with this TA.
Oh,
Yeah.
The kill they actually got on Lil had the gem. I think that was just picked up as well.
He only just picked it up.
That's real costly for Navi. These traps and all these, the ward vision coming out from Fnatic has been substantial.
Crystallize. He has got that mantra up now. So as you say, going to be very useful against the silence and such.
Yeah.
And also just against the sort of safe push, at least. So try and send illusions up and down the lane, sends one towards mid, sends one towards top. The micro is there. As he'll look to play sort of the farm game with these Manta illusions. This will certainly, make it a little harder for Fnatic to get these pushes together. If Navi can shove out.
Abed starting to set up the traps behind the creep waves to cut them and actually just instantly kill them now too. Dendy bottom.
They know that he's here. Shadow Blade and heads up. Ooh, they
That's
get the clip,
BKB.
but he goes BKB and CP out. Dendy no messing around. Make sure not to get caught out by that play. It's 31 minutes in.
DD rune bottom as well that they spotted out. Abed's gonna go pick that one up.
Roshan respawn time. It will be 2 minutes from now. Definitely something that we can expect to see Fnatic going forward. We saw before, they didn't quite get it. But if they do with a DPTA lineup.
LeBron, 1, 2, dead.
Such a scary place on the map, especially when that TA's got a DD.
He was trying to get wards up. He gets instantly taken out though by Pi. Because they've got no vision on the map since they've lost their gem earlier. And now Fnatic, with this DD, they've got Exorcism as well. They can go for this bottom set of racks.
Oh, they're ready to pressure.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Navi, what can they do to hold back against this? Fnatic hitting sort of this prime time with their lineup.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But again, they have the opportunity, Fnatic, to play it safe and focus on Roshan. General.
They're actually spotting Crystallize with the ward that they have top, so that's the priority that they're going for here. But Crystallize, Rage, TPs, he'll be safe.
I mean, this is exactly what Crystallize needs to keep doing. If he can keep getting these side lanes pushed over to Fnatic's half of the map, it's going to make it harder and harder for Fnatic to really fully commit with the 5-man push that their lineup sort of excels with.
I think at that point, Fnatic's also trying to be as safe as possible. They know they have a very big advantage in this game. Roche is going to be spawning soon. No point in risking anything going for a high ground push just yet.
Put the trap in there as well, ready to scout it out. 50 seconds and Roshan will be up.
Universe is about to have a sheepstick finished on this Brewmaster.
Been having a very good game indeed, Universe.
Yeah, 8-1. LeBron really just trying to get wards out on the map too. I feel for this AA. Just sentries and gem from Fnatic.
Oh, and Abed. He's got that nullifier ready to go. Just needs to pick up the relic from the shop. He'll be there. Shiva's Guard as well for Envy. Some big items coming out for the cause of Fnatic.
Navi has smoked themselves. Looking for trying to get some pick off with the Infest inside of General.
Will be the dream time to find it as well. Just before Roche is back up, if they can find something, that is. And
man, Abed being so obnoxious with his TA traps. He's actually been placing them very close to the base of Navi and keeps popping them and just clearing the whole creep waves for that split push. Like, look at bottom lane. There's no creeps. Mid lane as well. Creeps are taken out constantly by these traps.
Roche is up. Fnatic, full control over this area of the map.
A blast was used. They can just commit into the Roche pit now. They saw it.
And as much as Navi would love to, I don't think they can get involved in this. At this stage, they almost just have to let this go and just hope for the best on the high ground defense. Fighting around the Roche pit when you are 16k behind is just too much of a risk for Navi to take.
Yeah.
As Fnatic will claim the Roche. No problem at all with the damage that Arbed is dealing. Just picked up by the TA. Now put the cheese the way of Eternal Envy.
This game is looking incredibly difficult for Navi.
General will come towards mid, but Sentry was down.
Dire's bottom
So
tower
Fnatic
is
should be
under
aware of
attack.
that sort of sweep around LeBron. Sort of holding his breath here in the trees.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hoping, praying that they don't come looking for him. And, he will TP back safely.
He's trying so hard to just get vision up for them.
Top tower has fallen.
Will get dewarded instantly though. So his team is going to have to play on the defensive aspect.
But as you say, these defenses for Navi, they're going to be have to be sort of better than anything that we've seen so far from Navi in this match, this series as a whole. It's going to be such a hard hold to put together, considering the way that Fnatic managed to build themselves up, the heroes that they have.
Yeah.
The items now complete.
Being unbelievable in a team fight and just these magic immunities on the 3 cores makes it really hard since they have just natural initiators. While you look at Navi, their initiation it has to be general, just jumping in and a torrent follow-up.
Fnatic just
Sword follow-up.
checking for the ward situation. Getting that wave push Brown onto the bottom.
Now their time to shine with Aegis and Cheese.
BKB swapped into the inventory of Arbed as we put his treads to the side. General. Shadow bladed up for now. Navi positioned with full force around this defense.
They saw Lil for a second there in the tree lines there. I saw the pings coming up from DJ. So they do know the positioning of the Kunkka at the moment, and they do throw a trap on top of him.
Can Fnatic do it? They have got all the tools they require for this siege. Jump in, the instant Hex there, straight away with the self for the defensive force, sorry, but his teammate is there. Crystallize will get himself to the side, Primal Split from Universe heads forward. Just looking to try and keep Navi back, as Arbed and Envy look to focus in onto the tier 3 tab. Fortification pops, but it's now already over. With the BKB up from Envy, there is very little Navi can do to push this one back, as Envy and Arbed take the melee racks. Navi, we'll see if they can try and fight back and get something to punish them with this. But Fnatic already keeping the distance, making it very hard for Navi to close the gap. In fact, you can see Fnatic, they're still happy to go in and find kills if Navi overstep the mark. As Fnatic, they'll play it safe. They got what they came for. They get the melee racks, and as we sort of expected for Navi, just impossible for them to do anything against that sort of push.
And it's so hard for them to take a fight. It's just these 3 BKBs and just the overwhelming team fight. They have to try to kill somebody before the fight starts to have a number advantage, but it's looking harder and harder. 23k gold advantage.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
And just consistent control of the map from Fnatic.
And Arbed just continued. He just went absolutely off on this game. 12-2-6, he has got the Orchid complete. He's running out of slots to hold all these items.
He's got your favorite build though.
And the Silence and the Nullifier. Good job trying to react to that if you're any of the members of Navi mid lane general. Design this up. The Ice Blast will go for the quick pick and the Blink Cap. Perfectly done in the sense that he will not be caught out. They'll get away with that pickup for free.
It's a decent amount of gold too. Even though it is, a 5 hero, they are at that much of a lead. That even though the nerf through the patch, they still get a significant amount of gold.
Arbed's coming across. See if he can catch LeBron outside of the base. See how aggressive he wants to play. Doesn't want to go too deep. We'll keep it cool, keep it safe, stick with the teammates. Down bottom, Crystallize. Continue to shove out the side lanes, very close to having the AC done.
Fnatic just waiting for all their ultis again, and then they can look for going for that siege. And Navi, it's not really like they can, they're trying to make like some of these aggressive moves, but with all the vision that Fnatic has, the advantage in map control, it's just so difficult for them.
How long are we seeing left on Arbed's Aegis? It can't
40
be
seconds.
too long now. Yeah. 40 seconds. So Navi very unlikely to want to do anything before that Aegis is gone.
I'm gonna start to clear out the shrines universe. They took out the bottom one already. And the top one as well. With that 100 attack speed talent.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen. fallen.
24k lead. We've had some close games in this series, but this game, Fnatic just seemingly pushing it to another level.
Absolutely. It's really only Crystallized who can farm safely outside of the base on the side of Navi. Fnatic. Very comfortable here.
Crystallize, he does have the money for that AC. Would mean that he doesn't have buyback. I'll bet Aegis. Now, timing out. For Navi, it very much is as you say. They can only have Crystallize outside of the base. The rest of them, they have to hold. They have to wait for Fnatic to try for a high ground attempt. But Fnatic, as we've seen, they've got really no reason to get over aggressive. If anything, they could just wait for Roshan to be up again.
I mean, they've got no rush. They're like, this Lifestealer is the only hero that's farming. Lina just has already been falling off for quite a while now, and as it progresses, it just gets harder and harder too.
Go for the smoke. Maybe seeing if they can catch out Crystallize.
They
know he's out on the map.
They know he's around bottom too, because the Manta Radiance constantly pushing down bottom.
This will be the dream catch for them to find.
Crystallize setting himself on the high ground here, getting bounty. The other one though,
he's walking into them. They get the straight up static storm. Do they have the control? They look for the glimpse, but he is going to try and play his way out of this one. Goes for the rage. TP out. He'll make it away. Still just a little bit too slippery for Fnatic's patrol to catch and kill him. We've seen consistent, fantastic performances from Crystallizer this LAN. Can he really pull it off in a game like this to get the victory for Navi? This is going to be the true test for Crystallize, but at the moment, everything is up against him.
DJ.
Shot for the combo.
We'll be okay with that heals.
I'm going to say Ice Blast is gone. They could try to use this for the push, and they will straight away. Exorcism is out from Envy.
Arcane Rune Exorcism as well.
Onto the high ground. Go for the torrent onto Envy, then move forward as well. BKB's popped by Envy as well. Denny with his own BKB having to back off. The Primal Split comes in. They've got the lockdown onto General. General forced to the side. The run passes over both Denny and Lil and Crystallize. They'll hold their ground for now. DJ and Envy looking at Dendy. Same time. The Yules is there to dodge the Light Strike Array. There'll be a buyback from LeBron as he looks to get back in upon this. But the Nullifier is down to the Lifestealer. Crystallize is gone. Has to buy back immediately. As Abed taking quite a bit of damage here from the right clicks of Dendy. He's been caught out by the torrent. They've brought down the TA. Does cost Navi those buybacks to hold. But Abed, an incredibly valuable kill for Navi to find there. As they do push Fnatic back, they keep their mid melee racks alive.
But extremely costly.
And now, a very scary 7 minutes of the game for Navi. No buyback on Crystallize. The way he's been playing before, he has to be playing even more careful.
Yeah, and we're going to find out about Roche in 5 seconds here. Crystallize is going to go scout that one out. Indeed, he spawns outside the pit too here, and it is a very long respawn. 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Under attack.
Envy. Money for the Hex. It's there. That extra control, that extra lockdown, as we've seen already with the Nullifier silence play, life becomes ever so hard for Crystallize if Arbeck can get on top of them before that rage comes through. He's got the AC, so have that extra bit of armor and survivability against the punches from the TA. Still with Arbeck's build, he just does so much damage.
Yeah, and it still feels like it's a lot of the weight on his shoulders. Dendy is getting very, very farmed up. He's now surpassed the Lifestealer, but very hard for him to do big things inside of the team fights because of those BKBs. And just the way to close the gap that Fnatic has. Full Bloodthorn now as well for Abed.
BKB for DJ as well. Making sure that he himself can get in on front.
Yeah, wow. Okay. DJ somehow always finding an absurd amount of farm.
Signing for Crystallize will be the Nullifier himself. But quite a way to go for it, though. Fnatic still holding on. 25k net worth lead. It's the biggest lead we've seen so far this series by a mile.
Yeah, I feel like Navi has to get some kind of surprise play to get themselves back in before this rush spawn. Because if Fnatic just walks into that pit, there's it's very, very difficult for Navi to take the fight there versus the 3 magic immunities and all those ultis.
boy, here we go.
What can they find?
General now does have the Lotus Orb to help out his cause if they, well, yeah, his other cause, the life stealing search, if he does get caught up by the silence. Give him that chance to at least get the rage off.
Motion 45 seconds. Both teams waiting for it.
Very hard for Navi to find pickoffs like this though. Fnatic, as we've seen, are just not splitting up to the same extent that Navi are being forced to.
They've been consistently playing as a unit on the side of Fnatic, never letting them go for those like fast pickoffs that we do see. Ice Blast, scout in the pit. Not quite up just yet.
I mean, do you think next Roche we are going to see once again Navi hold back, or do you feel that at this stage they sort of do have to try and contest?
I mean, I think they have to. I think if you give Fnatic Refresher Shard, this game is even harder than it already is. Abed's getting closer and closer to that level 25 as well. He's going to get +4 refraction, which is going to make everything just miserable for Navi. And now Roche is up.
They kill it so quick.
Yeah, I just don't know how Navi really contests it too. There's just so much overwhelming team fight on Fnatic around that area.
Just this the trap placement.
Yeah.
The vision that Fnatic's going to have on any sort of movement. Ice Blast will come through. The suspicions are confirmed, but look how quick this Roche dies to Abed and Envy. No chance of getting anywhere close for Navi.
They didn't even grab the cheese. One of the cheeses just left in the pit. They don't even care about that one. They still got one inside of Envy's inventory.
All right. We'll see if anyone does head back eventually for that.
Yeah, I think they might just go for the push here with that refresher shard, even though because exorcism was committed. Level 25 TA now too for those refractions.
Say this TA pretty much maxed out with the Aegis. Very, very hard for Navi to take down. Even just that once, as we've seen, it's been a long time. So we've seen Abed really struggling in the fights. They managed to get him in that one mid-push.
They're still, I mean, Fnatic's still playing it very safe in this game 3, as you'd expect.
Navi not leaving the base. Just seeing if they can find a jump. This is scary playing. Just clear out the illusions. They don't want to go searching any deeper. They have to keep themselves held back and continue to shove out these side lanes, as all 3 lanes are being pressured into the base of Navi.
They still left the second cheese in the pit. I think they actually just genuinely forgot about it.
I'm sure someone will check for it.
Eventually, yeah.
I mean, it'd be funny if Navi find that and it turns the game, but good luck to Navi getting anywhere near that pit.
Yeah, I mean, they actually just can't leave their base because of the TA traps constantly pushing in, and it's now 30k, pretty much a 30k gold advantage.
Ever so safe play from Fnatic.
Envy's got a haste rune now. Maybe this could be the one thing that leads them to charge up for that Rex. And they've got Exorcism as well for 5 seconds. So I guess they were just trying to save that refresher shard as long as possible. And here we go.
Envy gets jumped on there straight away. The Ice Blast comes through as well. Envy falling low. They're going to be able to burst it. They've got it. But at the same time, the rest of Fnatic charged fully in. With the BKBs out, they go forward. Take down Dendy. Dendy buys back immediately on the Lina. On the sidelines, DJ with the BKB survives. They've found the Tiny as well. General will fully does have buyback available. He wants to pop it. Abed popping incredibly low. They're taking him down. They'll find him post-Aegis. A second time out of the fight. They'll look towards Universe as well. He's trying his best to retreat under the cover of the Primal Split. Will he get the blink out in time? He does. Universe will get out of there. But somehow, some way, I mean, each time it is costing Navi buybacks, but they're managing to hold despite a 30k lead from Fnatic. The fact that Fnatic are having these Aegises and cheeses, but they're not breaking a second set of racks.
They just instantly jumped on Envy as soon as he showed his face. He didn't get his BKB off in time, and they do have a lot of burst damage between the Tiny and the Lina with that AA coming in.
I'm still waiting to see if Navi heads towards that pit. That cheese still sitting there. Mid lane, though, the fight's going to kick off back again. They'll look towards Lil. Able to X-Mark himself back. Nullifier out onto DJ, but he gets the roll-up in time. Keeps the distance. We'll get out of there, but look at Navi now. They're coming out of the base themselves. They know there's 40 seconds without Arbed on the map. They'll do their best to quickly find this farm.
Yeah.
They've got the hunger to climb themselves back in it, and I mean, honestly, Crystallize, just talking about this guy and how solid his performance has been. I mean, in a game where your team is 27k behind, the fact that you're still second highest net worth, that really does, this is, as sort of the panel was saying, even in games where Navi are losing, Crystallize, he just doesn't fail to perform.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Very consistent. 30 seconds till Exorcism. Abed has respawned.
I mean, Fnatic, I think with the way that push went, we could see, again, play it safe, wait for the next Roche. If you're not getting away with the siege with an Aegis and a Cheese, you're probably not going to get away with it without it.
Yeah, and they used Envy's buyback too, because he tried to come back and join the fight after he got bursted. Looks like they're just farming up those level 25s. Universe getting closer and closer to that minus 65 primal split cooldown.
I mean, how much of a worry is it for Fnatic that despite having this lead, the fact that they are not being able to close the game up as of yet?
I think the one thing is that I don't think Envy's going to be so patient anymore with that BKB. Since he has a refresher shard anyway, I think next time he's just going to Exorcism, BKB instantly and walk on the high ground rather than try to use it as greedy as possible.
I'm going to head across. As you say, Envy's got to be careful.
Yeah.
5 minutes without his buyback. Same to be said, though, for Dendi. If Envy falls, there will be ample opportunity for Navi to at least get a tier 2 and do some serious damage themselves.
Trying to get a pick off with this smoke.
General.
They are infested.
Can they get the opening? General pops the Shadow Blade. Quick avalanche out, but the Hex is down onto General. He'll get forced back in time. DJ popping the BKB as well as Envy. There's the refresher coming forward. He has the Exorcism out. The boat comes through. General will get caught back into the static zone. They're trying to get this Tiny out of there. Can they do it in time? They can't. He'll have to buy back. Crystallize looking to turn the tides of the fight, but the BKB comes out from Arbed. He backs off. Ice Blast flies straight down to the mid, but will not find the connection onto the heroes. Navi, they've had to buy back with 2 onto this. They're trying to force Envy away from this rack. They've found the torrent. TJ jumps in with a boulder smash. Arbed coming in as well. He's been muted. Light Strike will get landed down, but they've lost General. They've lost Arbed. Arbed's going to go down. Dendi with the BKB. Look towards Universe. Cold Feet. It's going to almost certainly kick in. He's been hexed up, Dendi. They're holding back for now. He'll turn towards DJ. Envy charging forward, but Navi, they're fighting without 2, and Arbed knows it. He buys back. He wants to get back in on this fight. Lil will fall.
Crystallize.
Crystallize. Falling low, the evasion coming into play. Crystallize will be able to get back for now. Envy trying to charge forward. The X-Mark, the Yule's there to dodge it, make sure that he doesn't get dragged back into this combo from Kunkka. Envy will remain fine for now. But Fnatic, they've finally done it there on the mid lane. They've cleared out the rags. They've got the numbers. DJ jumps in with a boulder smash. They have the Nullifier and Hex out as well. They're trying to keep this man alive. Crystallize, he'll get the range up in time. Turns towards Arbed. Arbed will fall. There's a dive from
Envy
the
as
TA.
well.
Envy, he's surrounded. Envy falls back, kick back, but it's not enough.
Oh my God, Navi.
Fnatic, they've lost Envy and Arbed. They do not have buyback for 2 minutes. Despite a 28k goal lead, and they're even finding extra Navi. They've caught Pi outside of the base. He'll buy back immediately. But Fogged, there's no DP, there's no TA for 90 seconds.
Can they actually force it? That's going to be the important thing. Bottom lane is heavily pushing in, though. Their base can actually get sieged quite hard by all these creeps on the side of Navi.
Now time for Ply, DJ, and Universe to sell all their items. 5 boots of travel and Necro 3s.
No, they just have to keep... I think the big important thing actually for DJ is to keep cutting those creep waves.
Nice carrier. I'll take it. Universe is in the base.
He's in.
He's in.
And look at this bottom tower. It's actually getting dropped incredibly fast.
He's got a DD rune as well.
And Navi, they don't have...
Oh, they're going to get back.
Lil's got a TP at least. The other 2 cores do not. So they are able to buy the time, keep all those creep waves pushed in as far as possible.
Ooh.
And that was a quick glimpse as he's trying to boot to travel top to push the wave in. Roche, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. That's going to favor Fnatic. So Fnatic, I mean, they will be back in the game. Right, so there's 40 seconds still. But still, with the tier 2 standing, Fnatic almost certainly going to have another chance in this one. But they can't afford to mess up like this again. Because Navi, They're being given the opportunity to climb back against all odds in this game 3.
Absolutely. Universe does expend the first split since it's got pretty much no cooldown. He's just going to use that one right away to just kind of stall them out until his cores respawn.
We'll chop through a couple of those Brewlings now. Onto the tier 3 tower, Navi. 10 seconds left. I'll take the tier 3 tower, they'll back up. They do not want to mess around with Fnatic's cores that close to getting back in. But Navi at such a gold deficit. Seemingly achieving the impossible here with these sort of plays.
Yeah, unbelievable that they're able to punch back versus this lineup like this.
Radiant are
Dandy's got a
scanning.
full Daedalus whenever he wants to pick it up too, so he's starting to dish out quite a lot of physical damage as we've been seeing in the last few fights. Once he can actually keep that distance away from the side of Fnatic. But now all the big cores are up. Fnatic, they've got everything available. Roche is up in about 40 seconds. Universe just non-stop spamming his primal split actually just to keep scouting.
Dendy's buyback will be back and available in a minute.
How are the buybacks as
The big
well?
one for Fnatic.
Okay.
Oh, mid lane, they've put out General. General, next up gets forced back. Can they get General out of here? Looks like they can. Navi, keep General safe.
Navi has to watch out for that play from DJ with that Aghanim Scepter. He can keep pulling people out of the base and he can also use it defensively to save his cores.
There's a Daedalus. On Dendy, looks like, I think there's a recipe by the looks of it on
Courier
the
died.
Courier.
Yeah,
so
Courier died. I think he just wants the Daedalus
I
for
guess
if there's a
so.
fight coming up right away.
So, the wasted gold doesn't look like it will bother Dendy too much, as he does still have money for buyback.
Yeah.
It will be back there, 15 seconds. For Lina, 55 minutes into this game, 34 to 24. Fnatic still up 2 sets of racks, 23k gold lead. Navi themselves still yet to take a racks.
And it's Roche time, and I think, okay, so I think General got the cheese that was left in the pit earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. I think Lil picked it up when he was just running around checking stuff out. So that cheese that Fnatic did leave in the pit could be costly. Fnatic playing a bit more careful now, more cautious, waiting for the buyback in particular to come back up on the TA. They do have Eternal Envies, though, as you were mentioning.
And I wonder as well if you're Navi. You sort of look at the situation. You say the last few Roches, they've got him, but we've still been able to hold the defense.
Yeah.
Maybe not, I don't think they have any interest in ever heading towards the pit and fighting out here, because they know that even if Fnatic hit the Roche, they've been able to win these fights.
Yeah, and I think fighting in their base is totally different than fighting inside the river on the low ground. Having that high ground advantage has been, in particular, very useful for Navi.
Basher now picked up the Universe as he works towards that Abyssal, looking for that extra lockdown onto the lifesteal, onto Crystallize through that Rage.
Double damage is still on top too. Abed's actually leaving the DD there for now.
General's heading out. Crystallize deep inside him. See if he can find a catch. Dying Universe up towards the top, General. Has to be ever so careful how far he comes across this map. And you can see Abed.
Constantly just putting traps. Even looking at the mid lane, he's got 4 or 5 traps set up just to be sure to be able to get that D push.
And he's got the money for the Eon Disc as well, making sure that
that's going to be really useful to not get burst down at the start of those fights. DJ, almost level 25. So we're going to be able to have that geomagnetic drift targeting allies can be very useful to save his teammates amongst the enchantment remnant. So he's going to have 2 different ways to actually pull his teammates out of the fights.
the glimpse, no follow-up. Fnatic. And they're already playing very careful this game.
After those last situations, definitely.
Another game reaching that hour mark very shortly.
Yeah.
The series has been quite unbelievable between these two teams. Every single game.
They're getting some pretty big pickups now, at least on Pile Die for Fnatic. About to have the Aghanims finished up for the Disruptor. Those are one of those big items that changes the tide of the game quite heavily. Even though Fnatic has been leading, the team fights can definitely change from that.
What's been crucial as well for Navi, if Lil gets that run off onto them,
yeah,
it offers so much.
Definitely.
There's the Ags Disruptor. Up
He
and
is
at it.
in Invis on this high ground here. DJ starts in.
He is. Gonna go straight in, rolls out with the BKB. Denny pops his own BKB, turns towards everyone on the front line. General's been caught out. They'll get the tiny, no buyback available on General. They're charging forward for more. The boat will come through. Lil forced back. There's the stun, the silence as well. Onto Dendy. Dendy trying to get out, but he gets dragged back into the clutch of them. Gets the light strike. He's pretty speedy. With the Shiva's guard keeps his distance. But Envy moves in, pops the refresher. The exorcism back out, ready to go again. Navi, they're down 2. They're down 3. Dendy will buy back. Crystallize looking towards DJ. DJ gets the roll off in time. They have the X mark onto Envy. They've got the control. The Eon dish there, buying time for the DP to survive. And there's the second instance of the BKB. Thanks for the refresher coming out. Big DJ has the boulder smash onto multiple heroes. General called out. Crystallize surrounded. He's trying to keep himself alive with the upper wounds. The bash comes through from Bruno. The four-man turret.
The four-man turret?
It is. He managed to take down DJ.
Are you kidding me?
They're pushing Fnatic outside of the base. Primal's cleared back up. They're looking to jump in. They get another fire out on Crystallize. Crystallize has to get himself back to the base. Will regen up. Lil turns towards this TA. They've got the Yules up. But Fnatic get the mega creeps.
Oh my god, that four-man torrent saving Crystallize and turning to get some kills here.
The Navi need more. The mega creeps are up for Fnatic. Jumping with their Hex, Crystallize gets the nullifier out onto Envy. Lil, Denny focusing as well with Laguna Blade. Envy will use himself up. Universe jumps
gets turned to stone.
Deliver the bash. The stone, the save from DJ with the Acronyms keeping Envy alive. He's still surviving throughout it all. Crystallize finally finishes off the kill. They get the death profit. The stone, the damage from Envy with the needless big found out as well.
The throne though.
He's trying to chase for more. Looking towards the pre-march. The silence is out, but as you say, they have to get back. The throne is exposed. Fnatic have found the mega creeps, but the game will go on bogged.
These fights just last such a long time. Everybody just getting healed up. The Braum coming into massive play there over and over again. Lil keeping his buddies alive. The Lotus Orbs as well, being able to remove those nullifiers and orchids, constantly being able to save his teammates.
60 minutes in.
The whole base of Navi now, though, is exposed. They've got 2 or 3 little buildings left besides that throne, but mega creeps coming in their way.
Can they pulse out these buybacks? That is the question. 50 seconds.
It's going to be tough, too, because as we were mentioning earlier, Abed did set up preemptively like 6 traps in the mid lane to be able to stop those creep waves from pushing out. One catapult lives in the mid lane, though, so they are going to be able to deactivate that backup protection. Universe, he's looking for it. He actually kills the catapult with his primal split. So backdoor will be available. Backup protection, that is.
Navi.
Oh, the rapier.
Dendy. He's gone fully in. They're up to the racks. They're going to try and go for the base with that rapier. They're going to try and look to go for it. They've only got a few seconds left. Pylon eyes look towards. The ice blast not going to connect. They're trying for it with this rapier. Dendy takes 1, 2, 4. Nobody's on the information will come out. Universe on the side with the hex straight away. Tina's going to run forward as well.
The base. Abed is in the base. Abed's in the base too. It's a third base. It's a third base.
Can he do it? Can he get it in time?
He's going to get it. Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Just won the game with it. The fiery soul passive, the damage from the rapier. They took the tier 4s, they took the ancient.
Are you kidding? Fnatic all bots, the 2 core bots into the base and tried to throne reset. Well, but Dendy with the rapier, too much damage.
Dendy.
Oh my God.
The fans here love him. I mean, they're going to go even crazier for Dendy now.
Oh my God.
Ending a game in such style, of course, it wasn't just the Dendy show. The whole lineup of Navi. LeBron popping off there. They are doing it here at LAN, Navi.
I don't know.
What a series.
What a series. This
Every single game. I mean, we just sat here and watched it. Are they going to go home and watch it all again?
I cannot believe that they just came back in this game. It's still a 30K deficit and they won.
That has got to be one of the best series I've seen.
That's the best in a very long time.
Sure, sometimes you get an amazing game. This was an amazing series. Every single game was incredible.
When Owen, when your voice is gone, you know that this series had to have just been absolutely insane.
And Lil works out with the Kunkka.
Man, he played spectacular.
The four-man torrent.
Absolutely. All over the place. The boats, every single time being in the right place, not getting caught out. That was, yeah, okay. I love Dota. I actually just love Dota.
We could just go crazy about this game, French, but we've got to keep the show moving forward. There's another series on today. But that, I mean, you look at the scoreboard as well, and you don't think the Navi's the winner, but the Rapier pickup, it did it. Without that Rapier, they would not have done it.
No, no way. The Rapier was 100% the win there.
We'll have a break, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
We're going to need it. You're going to need it.
And there he is. And there he is.
That's the smile of a man who's just picked up a Rapier on Lina and won the game. Won the series. Navi will move forward here at GESC Jakarta. We'll have to say bye to Fnatic, but Fnatic, you gave us such a series.
Holy crap.
You really did. But at the end of the day, Navi will prevail. We'll see you guys about. There he is.
Oh my God.
Woo. Get the falls out, boys and girls. As a Voss coach, he's doing it. And he knows. He's proud of that Rapier pickup. Back in his day, Dendi was on the same wavelength there. Her boss, he was screaming from behind stadium, so buy the Rapier.
Living vicariously
Get
through Dendi.
the Rapier.
Oh my God.
And he did. Ladies and gentlemen, this is GESC Jakarta. Myself and Bob, we'll see you around. Don't go anywhere. We've got the panel. We've got more Dota coming up. We'll have a short break. Wow. What a day. We'll see you around, boys and girls.